There's lots of different fuels that are dangerous to the lungs and can really hurt us if we're not properly taking care of our fireplaces, right? Those two need to be cleaned out and taken care of, just like anything else. We want to protect our family.
Okay. Now, I've got to calm my nerves. I have to go outside and have a cigarette. I smoke my cigarette, and I put it out in the planter. And the next thing I know, my deck's on fire. And I have done those stories as a newsman.
I'll tell you what, we see far too many of those fires here in this community, particularly during the summer. So the dirt that you're buying for your planters isn't always just dirt. There's organic materials in there, peat moss, and what happens is when you go to put it out, you're essentially lighting flammable material. So, we've seen lots of these fires. And so just grab a metal can of water, keep it beside you, douse it in there if you do have to smoke to relax. I know the holidays can be a busy time, but
I don't smoke.
No judgment. Just make sure that you're being smart about it. Like I said, douse it in some water and put it out properly.
The furnace is another gas appliance that you need to make sure it's properly maintained or you're going to have issues.
Again.
And your hot water tank.
And your hot water tank. Oh my gosh. The whole house is a hazard. No, I'm just kidding.
It's out to get me.
It's honestly, it's honestly just about maintaining that home, right? This is your safe place. For me, I know it's my safe place. And so just making sure that those big devices heating our homes, cooling our homes in the summer, are in fact being maintained, so that way they're not starting a fire and they're certainly not giving off any deadly type of gas.
And keeping your furnace filter replaced.
Every few months.
Yep.
Every 3 months, because those two can get so just like the lint trap in your dryer can get so filled with dust and debris from the home that too is sitting right beside something that's constantly heating up, and any heat with flammable material right next to it can of course lead to a fire.
Yeah, I try to set my schedule on my filter with the change of the seasons.
Yes.
And it's every 90 days.
Yep.
And then I remember, I got to do that. So
I know.
But you mentioned those dryer lint things.
Yeah.
You got to keep those. It's amazing how much crap
Seriously.
accumulates in there.
It is amazing. After one, especially after new clothes, I always find like there's these extra threads on new clothing or heavy wool clothing that, of course, we're going to be wearing in the winter to keep ourselves warm. It gets caught in the lint trap, which is what its job is. But if we're not cleaning that out, it just builds up, and can potentially become dangerous.
We found when we moved into our new residence that we had to have the actual vent cleaned out because it was so full of stuff.
Yep.
It was, affecting the operation on the dryer, but I guess potentially might have been a fire hazard.
Absolutely. Isn't being a homeowner fun?
Oh, it's always something.
So
As
many
Rosanna
things.
Dan would say, there's always something. Ice is another one that I had written down here, not just for walking on the sidewalk and stuff, because I broke a leg doing it. I slipped and fell, but the ponds and the river are tempting at this time of the year. And we've already had a few calls.
Yeah, we've already had a few calls, and we do every year. Whether it's animals or people, we will do our best to help and rescue. We saved a deer last year that fell through the ice on the river. This year we've already seen a couple of youth down by the river playing on the ice, and ice is never, especially on a river like ours, that is so unpredictable, right? That current underneath that ice is going so quickly that if you were to fall through that ice and you got carried by that current, that makes rescuing almost impossible. Typically, we don't see happy endings to those types of calls, and so it's best to just stay off the ice, particularly when it comes to the river. Now, Medicine Hat is a wonderful community that has so many outdoor rinks, ponds, and so if we're just take that extra check, look on the City of Medicine Hat website, or they even have signs posted right at the ponds whether it's safe or not to go on. And so we're looking for at least 4 to 6 inches of thickness on the ice to even be safe to go on. If the ice itself looks discolored or is slushy, be very careful. That ice is unpredictable. and is not recommended to go on. So lots of things again to look forward to.